A non-martial arts entrepreneur on YouTube has actually figured out what a lot of people's real problem is with McDojos.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying? Cecil.
His name is Jaspreet Singh, and he has a channel called Minority Mindset. And on his channel, he talks about how people hate it when you make money. Let's take a look.
Let's be honest, the majority of people do not like when you make money, and it doesn't matter what you do. It costs money to eat and it costs money to feed people. We need money in order to survive, right? We go to work to get a paycheck, we start businesses to make money, and we invest to get a return on, wanna guess, our money.
You mean, like, for example, how some people hate that some martial arts instructors charge testing fees, have contracts, and charge you for special training and seminars that they do at their dojos where they make their full-time living?
But for some reason, when it comes to money, the majority of people get really upset when other people make money. The majority will call doctors unethical because they charge you to help you feel better, even though they had to rack up hundreds of thousands of dollars of student debt while going to school for like a dozen years trying to get their medical degree.
These may not be medical degrees, but these degrees of black belts that we get, if they don't cost a lot of money, they do cost a lot of time and effort. And even though I am definitely not in the greatest shape in the world, it costs time and effort for me to keep my body in enough condition so that I can even still teach this stuff at this point. Oh, and it does cost some money though, because if I want to get further training and I want to grow and learn and expand, I got to pay. Even if I'm at the point where right now I could probably just do self-study and be fine with all the other stuff I've had in front of other people. But I still got to pay money for books. I still got to pay money for, electricity so I can read the book. Everything costs money. Uniforms that I buy to wear cost money. I can't just show up to class in this t-shirt and my jeans. That's not going to wash over well with people. Everything costs money, and you get mad when martial arts instructors want to charge you for that. Not everybody, but the ones who like to complain about so-called McDojos.
I'll call all people who make money on the internet scams because apparently we're still living in the Stone Age.
If you think that all online martial arts training is a scam, raise your hand. I know some of you do. If somebody told you they got graded for their rank remotely, you think it was a scam. Heck, I used to think stuff like that was a scam till I went through it. And then I was like, this is harder than doing it with a person.
And they'll say that all business people are greedy scums because they want to sell their products and make a profit.
You know how some of you think that any instructor who wants to make a living teaching martial arts is a greedy scumbucket person? But yet, you don't respect people who teach for very little or who teach for free.
But if that's the case, then why do you spend so much time at work? Is it because you love it so much and you're just trying to find a way to spend your time? Nah, it's to get a paycheck. And if you disagree, tell your boss to stop paying you and tell me how long you stay there.
My day job, full-time job is in IT. A lot of people that are in IT are in IT because they absolutely love technology and they love computers. Ask how many of them will work for free. I've run this test. And if they don't laugh in your face, they'll look at you like you're crazy. Just like you don't go to work for free.
So why is it such a big deal when other people make money? My theory on why so many people are upset when you make money is because the majority of people have this mindset where they focus on your marginal benefit rather than their own.
Well, my theory as to why this happens with regards to the martial arts is I think a lot of people are jealous. They mad because they don't have the ability to make that kind of money teaching martial arts. And I think they're just a little insecure. They feel bad that somebody's making more money than they are. And the reason why I harp on this topic every once in a while is because you don't have to pay exorbitant prices. Especially these days, if you're near a major city, there are definitely lots of community centers that are out there that fit your budget. And if you dig enough online, you're going to find 1, 2, or 3 or more people in your area that actually teach completely for free as a way of giving back. And I don't have a problem with that at all. This is not about me liking or disliking whether or not people teach for free or teach for fee. My problem is with people who scream McDojo, 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 McDojo when you have cheaper options available. If you don't like McDojos, instead of yelling about McDojos, big up and promote people who are not running a McDojo. I'm going to close with this little story. That's not uncommon. Every once in a while, if you're online enough, you're going to come across a discussion board where somebody will say, I'm going to take my black belt test, and I can't believe how much it costs. They want $100 for this, they want $1,000 for that. Yes, sometimes it'll say 1,000, sometimes it'll say 100, it'll say 500, it'll say 300. I used to feel bad and sorry for those people until I became an instructor. And then I realized, no, I don't feel bad or sorry for you, because if you would look hard enough, you would have found a place where they're not going to charge you $1,000 so that you can have an internationally recognized rank. And they would have told you that it doesn't necessarily matter if you have an internationally recognized rank for 99% of you who are not going to be competitive professional fighters when you're done. You're just going to be a person who does it as a hobby and maybe like to get together with other people every once in a while to practice your hobby of martial arts. And, you're competent. I'm not saying you're not good because you're a hobbyist, for I am a hobbyist myself. But it's not how you make your primary bread and butter. You're not going to be jumping into the octagon. You're not going to be competing in the Olympics. You're not going to be competing in the nationals or the international competitions. You're going to get a black belt and move on with your life. But you know this, but you don't trust the people that aren't taking a lot of money from you. So basically, it's your own fault. See, my problem was I was assuming that everybody else had the same financial challenges that I did, and still kind of do. But see, unlike them, I know my financial limitations, so I don't put myself into something that I know I can't really pay to do in the first place. That's why I have tended not to join storefronts. I only had joined one storefront, and I planned out all of the time and everything in advance so I could afford it. And I knew they had a contract I could get out of if I had to move, which I ended up having to move. That's why I left that storefront, because I had to move. A family situation came up and I had to go back and help the family. So that's why I don't feel sorry for you. There are too many alternatives for you to take advantage of where you don't have to deal with people that you feel or you know are ripping you off. So what you need to do, if you really feel that strongly about the McDojo thing, tell people about all the other clubs and instructors who are not McDojos, and stop crying because somebody's making a living in martial arts. So, thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share with people who like to talk about martial arts. And I don't know Jaspreet Singh. Should be able to use this stuff for fair use, but check out his channel. He's got some good stuff, some stuff that makes you think. It may not be martial arts, but martial arts costs money, and he talks about money and entrepreneurship. Money and entrepreneurship are skills that you would need to get a handle of if you ever want to make a living teaching the martial arts. Peace.